What is up, guys? I got a DJI Mavic Pro here, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but on the gimbal right here, I have the replacement part. Let me grab that 1 second. Okay, so I went and got these parts. I ordered them from DJI for the Mavic Pro. And this right here is the replacement wiring for the camera. In case if one of these is broken, then it'll cause this to mess up too. So hopefully it's not that, but I figured I might as well buy one because I'll probably break it eventually anyways, and it was only 10 bucks. So I went ahead and got that, but I'm pretty sure, throwing screws around here. Pretty sure oh yeah, I got that now. Here we go. So each one of these has a band on it, and this is what the camera actually sits on that stabilizes it. And this band right here is busted in there. And so you can't buy these individual bands, you have to buy this whole platform. So I went ahead and picked that bad boy up. It cost me about 10 bucks, and it goes right there. You can see the two top parts of it right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that swapped out. And to do so, I have a couple plastic pry tools. And then I went and bought this toolkit that's got like every screwdriver known to man for working on these small little projects. All right, well, I'm gonna get this unboxed and start tearing this down for you guys. Oh yeah. So I kind of went, and they're kind of crappy drawings because I just traced around the drone. But I have the top and the bottom, and what I'm going to do is for every screw, I'm going to put a dot. So I know, and then I'm going to stick the screw through the dot so I know exactly where all the screws came from and where they're going. Okay. Every screwdriver known to man. And it comes with this awesome case. I've never bought a kit this nice before, but it was about $40. And I bought it at a local shop. It might be cheaper online, but I mean, this thing, it's got extension tools for it. So you can just run that and hold that and it'll just spin it. So you can get around corners and stuff. I mean, this guy right here is a pretty practical tool to have, I think. I thought it was a little expensive at first, but he included the pry tools, so you know, I think it's gonna work out pretty good for what I need it for. So okay, now we're gonna get in the teardown. Another tip is when you do this, leave your camera mounted in here so you don't accidentally damage it further than it already is, because that's the most expensive part. That part was only about 280 bucks. These parts are cheap. The wings are pretty cheap. I mean, everything's pretty affordable on this thing. If you crashed it and had to rebuild it, they're pretty affordable. But the camera, that bad boy is not too much fun. That's why it kind of sucks that I have this going on, but should be an easy fix. I don't know, we're gonna break into it here and see if it goes as smoothly as I think it's going to. Alright, so I'm gonna go along here and I have 1, 2. So this is like the thing right here. So I'm gonna go 1, about there, 2. And actually, I know underneath this cover there's another one. So I'm gonna go right below that one and draw a circle around it so I know it's the one underneath the plastic piece here. Then we'll go same on the opposite side, like that. So I know these screws are gonna go there, and I don't believe there's any more screws for this bottom part. I think those are the only ones. Besides that, it should clip right out. Oh, you have to remove these two on the back of the wing. I forgot about that. So you can see these two right here. You have to remove those. So I'll go ahead and draw it right here. Don't know which ones those are. Then we'll go ahead and flip it over. And this bad boy only has 4 in each corner of underneath the battery, and then these 2 on the rear. So 6 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This paper is a little spotty, but it'll work just fine. Okay, so now I'm gonna tear it apart here and put them in here so I don't lose the screws, and I know exactly where they came from, so I can put them exactly back where they go. And yeah, I'm gonna break it down. Okay, if you can see this toolkit, there's a 2.53, 3.54. I don't know what unit of measurement that exactly is, but it's the number 4 in this exact toolkit. Yeah, seems like that's what all these are. So I'm gonna go ahead and take all these out, and that should be very quick like here. And I'm gonna go ahead and take these out. So it does, this thing does have, and I think I can attach it to this guy too, actually. If I can get it back out of the case now. Okay, there we go. So I can attach this to this side. This is actually a little magnet, so I can just magnet my screw right out of there. So that's a pretty handy thing that this kit has. So then this is the top. So I'm gonna go to my top sheet and I'm gonna put it in right there. And I'm gonna do that with all of these, and then I'll be right back at you. So now I got the screws out. I don't know how well you guys can see this. I hope you can see it pretty well. I got all 6 removed, and I put it in corresponding to the 4 in the battery pack and then the 2 in the rear. And I have them in this piece of paper stuck in there. I just pushed them through, and then now I know exactly where those came from and where those go. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the bottom. And I've read a lot about some people just sticking their tools in there or actually using a pry bar. I don't really feel like I want to stick a tool in there because it's threaded. So I'm going to try to go in there, see if I can get under it with my pry bar. And that kind of looks like it's going to be a pain in the butt. So I'm going to go to the smallest one that I have here and try to get in there and pop it out. Yeah, it will make that look a lot easier than I think it actually is, because I don't really want to stick anything in there that far. So I got this one off by going in there and prying it up enough that I could get my little pry bar underneath there, and that did most of the work with the pry bar. So I'm gonna see if I can make that work as good on this side. Yep, and then it pops right off. Made it pretty easy. Okay, and then to make sure I keep track of everything, I'm gonna put this, since this is on the bottom, and I got all the screws but the 2 ones that I'm about to remove out already. So I'm just gonna stick these on here so I know where they go, even though I probably know where they go. I just assume to do that. And now that we got that, we're gonna take off these 2 screws right here. You can probably see it better from the back. I got these screws in here, but But yeah, so I'm just gonna leave that like that so I know where everything's at. Put that there, and then now we got this, and now I gotta figure out how to start wedging this apart and get this piece off. So I'm about to have some fun, guys. Wish me luck. And then I hope you guys can see down there, but down on the bottom there's like this little plug that you have to unplug to get this all apart. And what I did is I got it just open enough that I could get my pry bar in there and pressed up on it, and it popped right out. And then this, I started in the back corner and I went around to the sides, and I'm gonna do the same thing till I get up here, and then you can just pull it off. So it's pretty popped off here. So I'm gonna give it some tension and hit it with the pry. And now that's done, I should be able to just bring it towards the top like that. And it looks like I didn't break anything. So that's a good start. Looks like everything's perfect. So that's what the inside of a DJI Mavic Pro looks like. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. So the ones we will be removing is that one, that one, that one, and that one. I'll show you here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and those are actually Phillips, but I'm gonna remove those after I have to remove these little clips here. Oh, it just popped right out. That one just popped right out. Oh, that one just popped right out. Real easy. These are the ones. Oh, there's some kind of little silicone on there that I had read that there's little silicone dots on this that I've read that you have to pull all that off so you don't accidentally get it in it when you push down the new ones. But so far this is coming apart real easy. These just popped real easily off, and I just took the little pry bar, pried it a little bit, and it came right off and seems perfectly fine. And then this is going to be the tricky part. I think this is for the sensors, so that should slide right down. I just hope I don't mess anything up, but I'm going to take my time here and get right back to you guys. So I'm using a 0 Phillips, and I'm pulling these guys out, and I'm not gonna put these, I guess I could set them on this paper here with that, but I know where these guys will go. I'm just using my magnet just so that I don't accidentally drop it down into the drone. And must be the last one. Those are all the same size, so I'm just gonna leave them. And this guy should pull right out. Oh, almost forgot something. This guy right here needs to get popped out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my little pry bar in there and just kind of wedge it out. See if I can. Pulling it a little bit. Okay, and then I gotta kind of help that through there, like so. Kabam! We got it out. Now we just have to remove these 3 screws that hold it to this board, and then once we do that, we can take off the main chipboard for the camera. And it also looks like we need to take this guy off here too. So I'm gonna get under there with the pry bar and see. Oh, she popped off. You don't want to damage that because that's the cord to your antenna. So now that we got that off, we should. Oh, there's this guy too. We'll go ahead and disconnect that guy because we gotta take off this whole plate. So we'll just pull that aside here. Looks to be in good condition. This is the band that I bought the extra to, so you can see this band goes down into there and through the camera and around this piece and through this piece and around the camera and clips in multiple different areas, and that's what actually gives power to each individual motor to move it, so then you can adjust it. Okay, and then now I'm gonna pull this apart. So just remove these 3 screws. Just like so. This is gone a lot easier, but you just want to make sure that you don't damage anything on this, because then you're buying a whole new chipboard. So just take your time, and I think it'll come out to be a lot easier than you expected. This has silicone all over it. I have to try to get that out. A little chunk of it. I got most of the silicone out of there, but oh, there you go. Once the chipboard's out, you can probably clean the silicone off there a little easier. I don't know if I'm supposed to be touching this with my fingers, but it's too late now, so kind of rubbed off most of that stuff, and then it should supposedly clip right back into place real easy. So I got 1, 2, 3 of these little screws, and then the 4 for the plate. So that was really easy. We got this bad boy off, and then now we just need to disconnect the camera from this. And we're also going to remove this little bracket because I've heard that these break and they cost some money, so I'm going to keep that part right there. So I'm going to actually remove this bracket here and go ahead and keep that, because that's another 10 bucks if you needed to replace this guy right here. This little thing is what pretty much holds it into place, so then it doesn't just fall out pretty much. So we're gonna take that, and yeah, these bands are just wore out, so it's almost better to just remove them all. I'm just removing those with my fingers. And then we actually have to remove this. No. Well, shit. I was hoping that wasn't the case, but it looks like this band is tore. Shit. Good thing I bought the band, because now I'm gonna have to replace the band. So I might actually have to watch a video on doing that, so then I can follow it step by step. And you guys can follow a video. I can put a link in the description of the guy I learned this from and how he goes about doing this stuff. But yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all. This kind of sucks. I thought it was gonna be a lot easier of a job, but At least we got all the stuff to do it, and at this moment I got the time, so. Yeah, I remember to put your tools back where you got them. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off. I'm gonna move this out of the way because we're just working on this now. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the 2 screws on the bottom, and don't strip them out because that's will not be good. Alright, so I pull and it's straight busted off. So now I'm gonna have to remove all the little screws and stuff on this guy and pull the whole thing apart and replace that. Wasn't expecting to do it, but I was prepared for it at least. So good thing I bought that piece. This is gonna be a lot of fun. So we'll go ahead and we'll take the band off first. And these screws are literally microscopic. It's kind of crazy on how tiny these things are. Then pull off this little back plate. That pops out the little radio connector for this guy. And yeah, they're silicone. They really stay really organized. And I'm gonna take off the back of this piece. That's oh, I'm being a little rough to this guy. And that's I'll take that off, and then just pretty much, I mean, these, once you take the screw out, then they pretty much just come off. Flying drones isn't a hobby for everyone, but I'm kind of enjoying this. Pull it apart and all that fun stuff. This is even taped off, stuck in there. So this piece is folded down right here, comes up, gets connected right there. Then you can just pull that puppy out. And that, I don't think it's supposed to just come out like that. Oh, yep, because it was connected right here like that. So it should be this one right there. It's connected to this. I'm back. I looked it up. I pretty much did the reverse on it. I assembled it back together. Now I'm just putting all these back in, and then we'll test her out. Bam, bam, bam. Make sure you get these pretty tight down, but don't strip anything out. And then I'm going to put the ones on the back of the wing, or the arms, not wings, because it has no wings, I suppose. these guys in. Very much just do reverse backwards from the video. I looked up a couple videos on how to replace this cable. It is not easy. It's pretty hard. Hopefully this works. Alright, well, I'm going to assemble it back together, and then I'm going to get back to you guys and see if it works. I think it was my band. It might not have been this, but I also replaced these two, you know, the whole plate or whatnot, with these in it because of this one broken one. This one's split up on top of what? Yeah, see, this one's split on the top, so I'm gonna throw that. I'm gonna throw this band, and I'm keeping that bracket because those break. And right, and then throwing that, and then keeping. Well, actually, I need to pull this one out. Keeping the good ones of these in case if they ever bust again, then I have backups. Instead of buying the parts and stuff, might as well keep some parts. So I'm gonna save those. And I'm gonna save this little guy just in case if that one breaks. I doubt it, but then I'll have an extra one. Might as well keep it. Okay, well, we'll get it on the ground here and throw a battery in there and see if she's fixed. Hopefully she is. Alright, here's the test. I think it's a go. I don't know, I'm gonna have to check my phone here. See what the app is telling me. Oh no, I got the remote right here. We'll hook my phone up to it. But I think it's fixed. Looks like everything works. Guess we'll find out right now. Yeah, it was doing it like a whole bunch by now, so. What works? Heck yeah.
That's how you do it.